Hello, everybody, and here we are. It is Thursday afternoon, and I promised on a couple of posts that I had made both on my business page and in my VIP group that I was going to try a new recipe which Tupperware have called Tup Chow, and the recipe looked intriguing because it just was a lot of chocolate. And so I said, okay, I'm going to give it a try. So the first thing I had to do today was to go to the store and find some corn squares and corn. I think it said corn or rice squares. Anyway, I found these, some corn squares. And so that is what we're going to use in the recipe. And then we need chocolate, of course. So semi-sweet chocolate, some peanut butter, and some powdered sugar. And I'm assuming that powdered sugar is like icing sugar. So I've only ever come across icing sugar as powdered sugar. So if it isn't that, I'm not going to put in as much sugar as they say because it seems way too sugary. So what am I going to use to make this? Well, you have to use a bowl that has a lid. And of course, that's a bowl, which is in both our deluxe kit and our deluxe kit and our basic kit is the perfect one because it does come with a lid. So the instructions for this. Hello, Laura, Julie. I'm glad to hear that you're back home. I hope you're feeling a lot better now. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to obey the instructions. Hi, Karen. And I'm going to measure it because it gave me measurements rather than cups. Some of it was cups. I think I'm trying to get now at the wrong end. No, this is the right end. So I've got my U-Butte little Tupperware food scale here. I'm so proud of this. I'm going to post a picture of this actually in my vintage post that I asked because this must be 32 years old now. And it was a host gift that I got in a party that I did in Australia, and it has served me so well. So it says, so I'm going to put this on here with my that's a bowl and tear it to 0. And it says I need 375 grams. So let's see how much that is. Okay, that's a lot. Woo. You know what? I'm going to halve this recipe because Alan and I are going to be eating these forever. Okay, so 350 grams it said. I'm going to do 175. This would be good for a party. Okay. Okay, there we go. 175. So that's still quite a lot, look. I hope they're good. But it is going to be fun. Yes, and still working, Karen. So there we go. I need 370. Well, I'm halving the recipe, right? Because really, I can't have that much chocolate in my house because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to eat it. So the other thing is you have to melt the chocolate. So we're going to put the stack cooker middle section. Going to tear that as well to 0. Okay, that's on 0. Now it said that I needed 175 grams of chocolate, but I don't need that because I'm only doing half the amount of corn squares. So half of 175 is 86, 87 grams, right? We're going to do 87 grams, guys. Oh, hang on. It says it's 13. Okay. Well, that's too much. I don't want too much. A bit more, a bit less. Okay, a bit less. Oh, it must have. Okay, 87 grams. Actually, it's 87 on the nose, guys, on the nose. So 87 grams of chocolate. Now, I'm a little bit worried because the recipe had chocolate in it and it had smooth peanut butter. So I've got my smooth peanut butter and I even bought an extra one because I knew this one was really low. I need 1/4 cup. Of course, there's no quarters. Of course, no quarters left in the cupboard. I have to get it from the dishwasher. And it's clean, thank goodness. Okay, so I've got my 1/4 cup. So I'm going to put 1/4 cup of smooth peanut butter in here. Now, why am I worried? Because I read Tupperware's recipe several times and there was no listing on the ingredients for any butter. But each time I read the instructions, it says add the butter, peanut butter. And I'm like, how much butter? Anyway, I'm not going to put any in because I think they probably made a mistake. I'm not sure how, oops, I need to measure this. I was about to just put it in. So I need 1/4 cup of peanut butter. So here we go. And it's a good job that I bought some extras. Now this is a super fun recipe, which anybody can do. Now it asks me to melt the peanut butter and the chocolate in my stack cooker. And of course, I'm lucky I have a stack cooker. But if you didn't have a stack cooker, you could use a vent and serve or a micro pitcher or something that you know is safe in the microwave. Okay, so I'm going to say it's a little bit full, but it's good enough. So let's put the 1/4 cup of this in, and we'll get the rest off there. And now I meant to heat this, and it did say 2 minutes on high. I would never heat chocolate on high. I'm sorry, Tupperware. I don't know what you're thinking. I am not heating chocolate on high, and especially not 2 minutes on high, because that is the almost guaranteed way to burn your chocolate. So I am going to cook it now. I'm going to do 2 minutes, but I'm going to do it at 70% power, and let's see what happens. Okay, so then it says when that's melted, I have to pour it over here and get all of them coated. And then I have to add in powdered sugar. So we are going to get, and I'm assuming that powdered sugar is icing sugar. And I'm going, it says to use a cup for this amount. So I'm going to use a little bit less than a cup. And we are going to push that afterwards into there. And I'm thinking maybe I should sieve it. Just thinking if I have a sieve. I used to have I used to have a metal sieve, but I don't know. It doesn't look too bad though. It's fairly loose. There's no like great big clumps in it. Powdered sugar is icing sugar. Thank you, Wendy. Because I've never, you know, in Australia and England, I would never call it powdered sugar. It's always icing sugar. But I looked in the store today and I didn't see anything called powdered sugar. So I assumed that it must be icing sugar. So let's see how this is going. Okay, we have a few more seconds. Then we'll check on the chocolate and the peanut butter, see if they're melted. And if they are, then I'm going to pour them over here, coat it. Then I have to put the powdered sugar in, put the lid on, and shake it. Okay, so I'm going to say it is not quite melted. The peanut butter, oh, I don't know though. Oh, yes. That, see? So when I took it off, the chocolate looked like it wasn't quite melted, but the peanut butter was. So now as I'm mixing it together, the heat from the peanut butter, and this way, so my advice to everybody is if you ever have to melt chocolate for a recipe, do not use 100% power in your microwave. It is a surefire way of burning your chocolate. Look at that now, beautiful smooth mixture. Okay, so now we are going to pour this onto the corn squares. And then I have to mix those all up. Oh, the Tupperware spatula is so good for getting all this out. So now we're going to mix our corn squares so they are all, as much as possible, coated. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried these corn squares, guys, but they're sweet already. So this is going to be a very sweet treat. It does look yummy though, doesn't it? It's true. I think this would, you know that treat I make at Christmas with Graham squares, Graham cereal. I think you could use those as well. But these corn squares are pretty good. And if you were doing the full recipe, which is 350 grams, you would need a bigger bowl. This one is just about perfect for the quantity we have. Okay. So there, oops, you've gone, you disappeared. Okay, so there is the corn squares all coated with chocolate. Now, I've got chocolate all over me. Tastes good though because it's got the peanut butter. Right, so now I have to sprinkle this on. I have to put the lid on and I have to shake it up. I guess you could do this in your seasoned serve as well. I'm going to use my pharmaceutical techniques for mixing powders. So I'm thinking the more I do this, the more likely I am to coat all the pieces. Okay, I'm going to have a little look. Woo! Look at that, guys. It's so cute. Oh, yeah, look at that. They look just like the picture of Tupperware, right? So I'm going to taste one. pretty good, pretty good. So now I need to put these in a nice container and put them into the fridge so that the chocolate hardens, and then you can have a really nice tasty snack. So I'm thinking, what container will I put? Yeah. Okay, are you impressed, guys? Are you impressed? Like, that wasn't that difficult. Imagine you serve these up at a party. Makes you look really clever, doesn't it? That's so easy. But obviously they are not healthy, right? I just no, I had never seen corn squares before either, Karen. I had to look up and down the aisle to try and find some corn squares. Yeah, I cannot tell you guys that this is a healthy recipe, but you know, if you only have a few of them at a time, it's probably a nice little treat to have. So I think Alan will enjoy those because he likes anything chocolate. So that's it from me. I'm going to put these into another container so I can put them into the fridge and get them to cool down, or to make sure that the chocolate stays hard, and clean up my that's a bowl. So there we go. They would look nice. Yes, they would. You're absolutely right. And that's exactly what I was thinking, Wendy. Let me see if I have an ultra clear hand. I was thinking that they would go well in an ultra clear or the little ice prisms as well. But I think I'm going to go with you. Let's see. Some of them are a bit clumped together. So yeah, and you get two. Look at that. Beautiful. Whoops, there's still a few stuck on the bottom here. Let's get those out. They're the most chocolatey ones. You don't want to waste them. So yeah, imagine, guys, you put these out at a party. They look pretty spectacular, don't they? So thank you, Wendy, for suggesting the ultra clear container. So I'm going to put lids on these now and put them away in the fridge for a little while. And I think that's something that I wouldn't mind making next time I'm entertaining. So thank you, guys. And thank you, Tupperware, for coming up with this little sneaky, easy recipe and a way to show off some of our great utensils. So I wish you all a great afternoon. I know the question Alan's going to ask me. He's going to say, yeah, but what's for dinner? Okay, I better think about that. So I will see you later. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye for now.